American manufacturing, supposedly dead, right? For years we've heard the same story: factories shuttered, jobs shipped overseas, and the heart of industrial America left behind. But what if I told you that narrative is only half the truth? Politicians love to promise a comeback, and lately, they're not just talking. Here's the twist. Factory jobs are back, and in a big way. Nearly 400,000 manufacturing positions are open right now across the country. That's more than we've seen in decades, and it's not just talk, it's real opportunity. But here's the catch: it's like throwing a massive party and having no one show up. Instead of leftover dip and empty cups, we're left with idle machines, silent assembly lines, and a stalled economy that can't get moving. The jobs are there, but the workers aren't. We desperately need people to build everything from trucks and tractors to the computer chips that power our phones and cars, yet hardly anyone's interested in clocking in. The demand is sky high, but the supply of willing workers is at a historic low. This isn't just a hiccup, it's a full-blown economic paradox. Factories are ready to roar back to life, but they're stuck in neutral because there's no one to flip the switch. When factories can't hire, the effects ripple out. Supply chains stall, prices rise, and suddenly, we're all waiting months for basic goods. From cars to refrigerators to baby formula, it's a domino effect that touches every American household. So, the real question: why isn't anyone taking these jobs? Is it the pay, the working conditions, or something deeper about how we value this kind of work in America today? This is about America's future, our ability to make what we need when we need it. It's about national security, economic independence, and the pride of building things right here at home. Relying on other countries for everything is a recipe for disaster. We've seen what happens when global supply chains break down: empty shelves, soaring prices, and a sense of helplessness. We need to understand why these jobs are empty, because it reveals some uncomfortable truths about work in America. Are we failing to train the next generation? Are wages and benefits keeping up with the times? Or is there a cultural shift away from factory work altogether? Tonight we'll dive into why people are leaving, why the next generation isn't interested, and what it'll take to fix this. The answers aren't simple, but they're crucial for our future. Let's get into it. The biggest reason for the worker shortage: retiring baby boomers. This generation, born between 1946 and 1964, has been the backbone of American industry for decades. They filled the factories, ran the machines, and passed down their expertise from one shift to the next. But now, as they reach retirement age, they're leaving the workforce in droves, and it's creating a massive gap that's proving hard to fill. For decades, baby boomers built America's factories, powering the nation's economic engine. Their hands shaped everything from cars to computers, and their work ethic set the standard for generations. Now, millions are retiring every year, taking not just their skills and experience, but also decades of institutional knowledge with them. This isn't just a loss of manpower, it's a loss of mentorship and know-how that can't be replaced overnight. The problem? There's no one ready to step into their shoes. The pipeline of new workers is alarmingly thin, and the gap is only widening. Millennials and Gen Z often see factory work as outdated and unappealing, thanks to decades of being told that college is the only path to success. The message was clear: blue-collar jobs were for those who couldn't make it in the white-collar world. The result? A generation deep in debt from student loans, but not trained for the high-tech, well-paying jobs that modern manufacturing now offers. Many young people are overqualified for entry-level office jobs, but underqualified for skilled trades. For every 2 skilled workers who retire, only 1 new worker enters the field. The numbers just don't add up, and factories are feeling the pinch. It's a losing game, and the supply chain suffers. Delays, shortages, and rising costs are becoming the new normal as companies struggle to keep up with demand. We've failed to make manufacturing attractive for the 21st century. Despite advances in technology and automation, the image of factory work hasn't kept pace with reality. We sold young people on expensive white-collar dreams, ignoring the skilled blue-collar jobs that actually build our world. The result? A workforce that's out of balance, with too many chasing the same office jobs and not enough filling the roles that keep our economy running. Now the bill for that oversight is due. Companies are scrambling to recruit, train, and retain workers, but the talent pool is shrinking fast. The workforce is aging out and the pipeline is dry. Without urgent action, the skills gap will only grow wider, threatening the future of American manufacturing. It's simple math, and a big problem. If we don't rethink how we value and promote skilled trades, the question won't just be, where have all the workers gone? It'll be, how do we get them back? Let's talk pay. Competitive wages often means barely legal minimum. Many factory jobs pay less than retail or warehouse gigs, with worse hours and tougher conditions. Why work a grueling night shift for $17 an hour when you can make more at Target with better hours? Modern workers have options, and they're choosing jobs that don't wreck their bodies for poverty wages. Factory work used to be a ticket to the middle class. Now, it barely covers rent. The social contract is broken, low pay, poor benefits, and little security. Companies complain about worker shortages, but the real issue is what they're offering. This isn't about laziness, it's about dignity and survival. Until pay and benefits reflect the work's value, those jobs will stay empty. People want to work hard, but not to be exploited. Beyond pay and demographics, there's a skills gap, a growing divide between the jobs available and the skills people actually have. It's not just about how many people are working, but whether they have the right training for today's economy. Modern factories are nothing like the old stereotypes. They're filled with advanced technology, robotics, diagnostics, computer-aided design, and precision equipment. Workers need to understand complex systems, troubleshoot problems, and adapt to new tools as technology evolves. Yet, over the past few decades, our education system has shifted away from hands-on learning. Vocational training programs have been cut or neglected, and students are told that a 4-year college degree is the only path to success. Shop class, once a staple in American schools, is now nearly extinct. The skilled trades have been unfairly stigmatized, seen as a fallback rather than a first choice. The result? We're producing more liberal arts graduates than ever, but not enough welders, machinists, or electricians. There's a mismatch between what students are learning and what the job market actually needs. Companies are desperate for people who can read blueprints, operate machinery, and solve real-world problems on the factory floor. But our schools aren't equipping enough students with these practical, in-demand skills. Some innovative programs like FAME are starting to bridge the gap. These programs let students earn while they learn, graduate with little or no debt, and step directly into high-paying, stable jobs. But opportunities like this are still too rare. We need a national shift in priorities. It's time to reinvest in technical schools, bring back shop class, and make hands-on learning a respected part of education again. We must show students and their parents that skilled trades are not just respectable but smart and lucrative career choices, offering real opportunities for advancement and financial security. Our society needs both philosophers and plumbers, thinkers and doers, to thrive. Each plays a vital role in keeping our world running. Until we truly value both paths, companies will keep searching for workers who simply don't exist, and critical jobs will go unfilled. The skills gap is real, but it's also fixable. The solution starts with education and with a renewed respect for the skilled trades that build our future. Young people avoid manufacturing partly because their image of factories is ancient, dark, dirty, and soul-crushing. Movies and TV have reinforced this stereotype for decades, but modern factories are often clean, bright, and high-tech, more like labs than sweatshops. Today's factory workers are technicians, problem solvers, and data analysts. The industry has failed to update its image, letting old stereotypes persist. It's time for a marketing overhaul. Show off the robots, the tech, the real people thriving in these jobs. Host field trips, make viral videos, and highlight the innovation. Manufacturing can be as exciting as Silicon Valley, if people know the truth. Change the story, and you change who's interested. Until then, the best and brightest will look elsewhere. Let's talk immigration. For generations, immigrants filled tough manufacturing jobs. But recent policies and red tape have choked off this vital labor source. We have hundreds of thousands of open jobs and people willing to fill them. If only the system allowed it. A smarter immigration policy could help solve the labor crisis. We need targeted visa programs, streamlined work authorizations, and a system that matches workers to real shortages. This isn't about open borders, it's about economic common sense. Treating immigration as a threat is costing us a competitive advantage. So what's the fix? It's not one thing, it's a package deal. First, pay more. Real competitive wages that beat out service jobs and offer growth. Second, invest in training. Expand programs like FAME, partner with community colleges, and bring back vocational education in high schools. Third, improve working conditions, safer, cleaner, more flexible, and respectful workplaces. Offer real benefits, healthcare, retirement, and a sense of belonging. Fourth, fix immigration. Let in workers where shortages are proven. This isn't rocket science, it's common sense. Better pay, better training, better conditions, and smarter immigration. That's how you fill 400,000 jobs and rebuild American manufacturing. The solutions are clear. We just need the will to act. Let's get to work. Step inside a modern factory, spotless floors, quiet automation, and natural light. Workers program robots, troubleshoot with tablets, and constantly learn new skills. It's a career, not just a job, engaging, challenging, and high-tech. These facilities are also sustainable solar panels, recycled water, and minimal waste. They attract workers who want innovation and responsibility, not just a paycheck. This is the story manufacturing needs to tell. It's the truth, and it's the future. But making this the norm requires investment from companies, government, and the public. Made in America can mean the best in the world if we invest in people and technology. That's the vision we need to embrace. The case of the missing factory workers isn't a mystery, it's the result of decades of neglect. Wages stagnated, vocational training vanished, old stereotypes lingered, and immigration policy got tangled. The jobs are here, but the workers aren't, and for good reason. This is a crisis of incentives, not laziness. The path forward is clear. Companies must pay and invest, government must rebuild training pipelines, and we need a grown-up conversation about immigration. This is solvable if we work together. We have the resources and ingenuity to fix this. We can make our factories world-class again, by embracing the future, not clinging to the past. The alternative is decline, and that's not an option. The choice is ours: act or watch opportunities slip away. So what's the single most important step America should take to fill these jobs and revitalize its manufacturing heartland?